Everyone. I normally sit near the front, but I was just saying I never normally sit that close to the front, so hopefully today will all go well. Graham's kind of stolen my thunder slightly. At school I was always a big fan of a show of hands, so I hope you'll all join in because it will help me to make sure this makes sense. I'd like to see a show of hands for companies that manage 2 to 5 print suppliers. Okay, thank you. Those that manage over 5 print suppliers. Those that deal with just 1. Okay. And those that print in-house. Okay, there's some common goals there. Hopefully what I'm going to talk about today will make sense then. Will postal providers up their game to please posters and receivers? It's a simple question really, they have to. An ever-growing number of companies are abandoning paper. But we've found an increasing demographic of people that are opting and actively seeking to switch to electronic billing, electronic correspondence, e-communication and various forms including direct marketing. The reassuring fact is that we also have consumers that opt for paper, so traditional mailing does still have a place. So how do postal operators up the game to provide what senders need? The industry needs innovation, but innovation usually comes at a price, and that's not always a financial cost. I've recently seen some fantastic innovations. The postal market is evolving very, very gently at the moment, but there's 2 very important factors. Oh. Firstly, supplier engagement. Many new mail-related products, such as red tag, require resource changes and technical developments. In most cases, these changes must be implemented by a third-party supplier, except for those that are working in-house, of course. If they're the same entity, that usually makes change easier, but that's not always the case. It's essential that these third parties are engaged. It doesn't always happen. New products come out to market and the engagement element isn't there. So it's great having a fantastic idea of a new product, but we need to know that our print suppliers can work with that product and do the development. If mail providers work closer with your mailing houses, your print providers, even your agencies, when developing the products, the people who buy the products would know more about these products and whether they're actually capable. I think that's the key to creating new building blocks to grow the postal and printing industry again. Secondly, understanding innovation. Not all companies and organisations are lucky enough to have translators. Print and mail are languages of their own, and that's okay if you've got an Alistair Taylor who knows an awful lot about print and can translate that. But the fact remains, unless you explain these new innovative products in a simple manner, you won't get the interest. I've recently been to some forums and presentations for new products, and it's a common factor that people stay for longer to find out more about that product and what the benefits are if they understand more about the postal industry. Quite often there's people who leave the room after those presentations without being engaged. So they're not bought into that product because it's not simple enough to understand. There's a huge market for innovative products like hybrid mail and data-enriched services, which I've seen some very good examples of recently. But it needs to be simpler. The benefits need to be simpler. If we explain these things, and these benefits are not always complex, so they don't need to be presented as such. Once you've got a buyer interested, by presenting it in a simplified way, you can then jump back into the supplier management role and re-engage. So once you've got people interested, you can then take it to the technical element. But it's key that we, in the postal industry, engage the mailing houses to understand what's capable and what we can actually bring to market that has benefit. Postal operators need to up the game to please receivers. This is a far more complex journey. I spent quite some time understanding this, and I'm going to jump away from mail to a certain extent here. I've tried to focus on two key areas. While there are many reasons mail items get damaged, there are better ways to package and transport business mail pieces. Some printing operations have already adopted trays for certain citations. And over the last 18 months, we've heard a lot about mail trays, probably longer than that, actually. Postal operators need to engage mailing companies again for this. The technical changes that are required to deliver these new innovative products are extensive. And I continually see examples where the idea is presented to us, but we go and challenge our mailing house, our print providers, our agencies, what they can do. And it's more about equipment, floor space, and a number of other elements, let alone technical knowledge to run these items. This engagement has to happen for us to take these products. The second area, I believe, will benefit a number of people receiving mail is the delivery options. Many parcel operators work with customers to provide alternative delivery options. Some delivery services still do not provide the same level of options. Flexible options not only make life easier for the receiver, they provide receivers with a sense of control. Now, I think that sense of control can make a big difference to the consumers. In the digital world we live in now, I think it could be taken a step further. We can track items, but in many cases we can't change delivery instructions in real time. For an example, a parcel's en route, but you have to leave your property for some reason. You've got an emergency call, you've got to run out. What if you can access that tracking and delay the delivery by a few hours? Or maybe to the next day? This might appear impractical in a logistical sense, but is it? Most delivery companies, a failed delivery results in a second delivery. Even if the driver's en route, by receiving real-time notifications, he or she could save valuable time. And the receiver gains an element of control. And I think it's that element of control that people out there want now. It's not just us as senders that want to be able to control when things are sent. The multiple options you have when you're ordering something give you a choice, and then we provide that. But if you can control things yourself, I think that element of control would make a very big difference. And using the technology we have, it's possible to improve the customer's experience. Given that sense of control, both post and parcel receivers, saving costs, saving resources. The key is that giving the control back. But the message is the receivers can also become senders. So you create a chain of events that can actually grow the industry again. Thank you.